Did you ever run into Billy Jack Haynes during your time in Portland?
I was at a auto show, and Billy Jack was walking around with a letter that it was, I don't know, it was an envelope that said Mr. McMahon, that you could tell Billy Jack had written himself. And but he was telling people it was a letter from Vince McMahon asking him to wrestle Stone Cold at WrestleMania. And a I don't remember the world begging for that match. And B, I'm pretty sure the letter would have been written to Billy Jack Haynes and not to Mr. McMahon on the outside of the envelope.
What are your thoughts on everything that happened with him? Because I knew him before all this, and yeah, he's very eccentric, clearly has a lot of mental health problems, but you don't necessarily think he's going to cross the line where he actually becomes a danger to society.
I uh I just had that brief run in there. I know that there was a horse betting track called the Rialto that me and my friends would sometimes dip in to grab a cheap pint. But and supposedly like that was his hangout. I never saw him there. So my interaction with him was limited. I mean, we heard, there was always just crazy stories about Billy Jack, but like my Billy Jack fandom or whatever, I just remember this guy that was in WWE for a cup of coffee that that had this huge back, and he wore green and yellow, so those tube socks that didn't go with anything finally matched something, and then just like that he was gone.
Now I know you were a partier, and I'm sure you knew some underworld people in Oregon. He claimed he was like a drug transporter for Barry Seal for the Oregon area for a
Yeah,
long
no,
time.
I later heard stories. I never went on a deep dive to kind of flush out what was, but I mean, the stories the stories that were out there about Billy that I did hear, like, I mean, they were just, or, urban myths. So like it was there could I I was always warned that if I, because I'm just like, hey, we're going to go to the Rialto and see Billy Jack. I was always warned Billy is dangerous and be careful. And of course, I was haphazard, but never ran into him. So I didn't get, uh, I where there's smoke, there's fire. If I had that many people and good friends, like Bruiser Bryan and Smart Bart Sawyer and those guys, if they're telling me be careful, he's dangerous, then then they mean that be careful, he's dangerous.